Greetings, family. Welcome, my dear friend, to Eureka Elementals 888. Thank you so very much for joining me. This is a message that, and I'm just kind of getting acclimated to the new setup. Let me know if you all like it. For those of you who are joining me right now for the very first time, welcome, welcome. For those of you who are returning, who have subscribed, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, this walk has not been easy for me, but I am always obedient. So, to that end, I thank all of you for allowing me to veer into the face to face with ease. But the time is appropriate, the time is now. Getting into that, ideation and theme, right? There is a spiritual significance, and I have my notes here of November, okay? And November in Latin is pronounced novum, right? Which means nine, okay? Biblically, it reveals God's promise and provisions, right? And the significance, I think, also ties into the Pluto in Aquarius, the transitions that are happening on or around November the 19th. Right around as well, the Taurus full moon. I think that Molly McCord just did an excellent summary of the importance of that full moon. So what we see is that for those people who have, the Capricorns and other signs, I do have a friend who does Vedic, and they were telling me that as a Leo, they also were really under a lot of influence based on the Pluto, where had been in Capricorn for such a long time. So, but Cap was really taking the brunt of it, right? And so Caps have been pressing through, right? And this energy really permeated the rest of, and I speak with my hands, so as you all can tell. So I wasn't faking up anything when I was doing the readings, and I was always speak because I speak with my hands. But nonetheless, you have all been pressing through, okay? And you've turned grapes at that, into wine under dire circumstances. And now is the season. Now you get to reap the benefit of going from the pauper to the prince or princess, right? So what's nine about? Nine is about completion. It's about your spiritual growth. It's about fulfillment of cycles. I'm hearing, and when I was channeling all this, I got it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Like when you're it's a movie, and you see that little thing they come down, and it's like it's a wrap. That's the end of it, right? So you have divine perfection in Hinduism. Nine is associated with divine perfection and the goddess Durga, right? And in Buddhism, there are nine stages, right, of enlightenment. Okay, so in Christianity, we know that there are nine fruits of the spirit, and that little song you always learn. The fruits of the spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. All of those are things that you've had to master to get to this stage of enlightenment, okay? It has not been easy. So to get to the stage of enlightenment, you have to embody that Christus energy, right? That Christus, that enlightenment, that removal from ego, the removal from self, the ability to see beyond the 3D, beyond the flesh and beyond the body. You have to take on things at this higher perspective, right? And so this is the true, tried and true and perfected energy. Okay, it is associated with Mars as well, about your ambition, passion, and assertiveness. So it's all coming together now, because only someone who has reached that stage of enlightenment, when the time comes for them to accelerate into power, right, will be able to use it wisely, not abuse the power, because we've all known and been subjected to energies and environments where we had to live under tyranny and had to suffer with this abuse of power. And Spirit is saying, no more, no more. So with that in mind, I'm going to jump right on into the reading. This is for the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn, okay? I hope that you've called in your higher self, your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors, and the divine, the most high, okay? And I ask that you, of course, take what is meant for you and leave the rest. Now, let's see. We're going to see what comes out for Cap. This is from the Akashic. I do think that you were selected for this assignment, Cap. You were selected for this assignment. Spirit has big plans for you. So this selection, right, meant that you had to go through a dire process of perfection so that you can be molded into this version of the new you. So at this time, Spirit's telling you to take the time to reflect. You've been asked to reflect on your recent choices. What lessons? See, this is what I'm talking about. So when you're going through and you get into this, what lessons have they taught you? Reflection is the mirror to your soul's growth. Use it to deepen your understanding and intuition. Reflect. Okay? You are here to reflect on all of the lessons that you've learned in this process, right? Okay? And in doing so, at the foundations, you could not have gotten this far unless you had broken all of those karmic bonds and cycles. Release any and all things that no longer served you. Okay? So it says you release attachments, okay? Let go of them. So at the foundation, you are able to get to this stage because you released everything at this stage, okay? So it was a growth, it was a process in evolution, and it required a lot of acceptance in the process as well. So you start out here, right? And make sure, right? In the middle is acceptance, and you lead here to the end, okay? So we're going to see, Cap, we're going to see, right? Spirit, what cosmically, what is in your energy? This is from the energy and spirit. The cosmos wants to speak to you. So let's see cosmically, all right? This is from Star, what is this called? Star Temple Oracle. Okay? I do believe, like I said before, Caps, you, look at that, the medicine woman, heal. You came here to heal and reflect. Mirror is here as well. You had to go through such a tremendous process of healing. Physically, spiritually, interdimensionally. You know, there's a reason why I think Caps are in charge of government and leadership, things of the 3D. Look at that. Look at that. You are Electra, 16, the morning star, radiance, okay? I shoot for the stars. Radiance is my birthright. Radiance is my birthright. This is what it's always been about for you. You knew that there was more to this life, this living, than meets the eye, okay? And you are not about to allow, look at that, the destiny is right here, okay? And it is Merope, destiny, 41. I focus on service and follow my higher purpose. And that is what it's always been about for you. You know, despite all of the struggles that you went through, you never, you know, allowed all of the energies, the stuff that it would take. Most people would have, you know, declared depression, checked into a mental institution. Did not happen to you. You pushed through. And that was because at the foundation, you had the 7 sisters circle. Sisterhood, right? And enriches my life, right? The 7 Palladian sisters. That was at your foundation. I told you, I'm telling you, people might look at you and say, there's no way that Cap is from the earth. Look at that, the Awakener. The Awakener, rise. Electra, rise. That's what you have done. Okay, so from a 3D perspective, people look at a Capricorn. You're in charge of all things 3D. You're a captain of industry, but people don't know that the demands, the tasks, the sacrifices that you've had to make to get to that point. The other thing as well is that people always think is the devil is all things carnal, but it's also that Saturnian energy where you have been tried and true, and Saturn is a hard disciplinarian. The hardest person on a cap is themselves. Nobody has to crack a whip over you. You're cracking it over yourself, and this is the kind of energy that you've experienced. So on the 3D level, that's what it looked like. But on the spiritual cosmic level, it's about the awakener. The awakener. And we're going to read up on the awakener because this is a beautiful deck. It's one that I'm not led to use that often, but I felt that high vibrational next level energy associated with this reading. Okay. And I knew I'm going to have to read on this one tonight. So, the awakening, rise, 15, the awakener. Out of the ashes, woo! I rise like the golden sun. Okay? As the awakener, Electra appears to those who have been on a slippery slope of self-sabotage only to awaken, rise out of the ashes, soar into the stars, and ascend like the golden sun. The University of Life has taught you a lot. You may have even hit rock bottom, but your soul's growth has been accelerated due to the hard-hitting knocks and tough life lessons you've experienced in the past. Surrender any regret with self-compassion and know that you're back on your higher, happier, and golden pathway, stronger and wiser. You soldier on with confidence. And isn't this what is the epitome of the energy, Cap, that you've had to really embody over these past several years? You've been put through the ringer. You've been put through the ringer, and you have still managed to really work with the divine. Work with the divine, and they're telling me now. Okay, let's see. Let's get some tarot on this. Let's get some tarot. As I pick up the deck, I've got Justice and the Seven of Wands. You've always held the higher ground. And because you've always held the higher ground and always did things with the right purpose and the right intent, even though you were going through duress, you've always been shielded by the divine. Tried and true, but nonetheless, you were always protected throughout the process. And as a result, because you went through those gates and you did the work, you've gone through to the other side. You did some serious shadow work too. Don't get it twisted. You've done some serious shadow work. So come this 11:11 portal that's around the clock, you're going to wonder, like if you've walked into a parallel universe and it's a whole new version of you. Okay? Cap, get ready. I know I'm excited. Listen, we'll talk, Cap. We'll talk, right? But you'll not be getting down with the conversations in the comment section because, listen, and what I tell you is coming in quick. When this chariot comes to you and picks you up, darlings, it's going to be next level, legit, okay? You're going to be walking into a parallel timeline. You're going to realize, is this my life? But Spirit's telling you to be like the King of Swords, right? You already have that sharp mind. You're going to be able to see things from a higher perspective and understand and overstand that your new season is finally here, right? And you're going through those gates, through that portal, okay? With wings. I'm seeing your wings are ablaze, like almost like the energy of the rising phoenix. Because look at that, you've healed. You're a star at the foundation of everything. You're a star. You've healed. The sun. You can't listen. You cannot make this up. Y'all saw me shuffle this. Okay? The sun. Okay? After you transition to calmer water. So you had to do what you had to do. And you listen, you left them. And you have the Nine of Cups. Listen, Spirit's got some beautiful things in store for you. At the center of it, you've been through a lot of conflict. 15 years of conflict. Okay? And ultimately, you are going to get the sun. Why? Because even though you couldn't see the fruits of your labor coming to pass, you kept on working. You kept on tilling that soil. You kept on putting in the work. You kept on doing the right thing, even when nobody was watching. Okay? They wanted to have you up in your head. They wanted you, I'm hearing, to even say, why shouldn't I just be left for dead? But the divine said, not happening. I'm going to allow you to see my glory, my glorious plan for you. I'm going to let your life be a testimony of just how hard work and discipline pays off too. Okay? So go on, my sweet child. Go on and plan. That portal is coming. I tell you all, on the 11/11 portal, big things are coming through for you, Capricorn. Right? Plan. See the world? It's about to open up for you. Walk through the doors that are presented to you. I'm telling you, you're going to see wonderful things. You're going to see things start happening. Things that you never thought possible. Now that you have healed, Spirit wants you to follow your heart. Follow your heart. Okay? With all things. Do things from an energy of love, from the highest energy of love. As for all of the people who behind the scenes were causing you conflict, you're going to know them now. Spirit's going to reveal all your hidden enemies one by one. The ones who are trying to work behind your back and with an energy of, you know what, I'll win at all costs. I don't care what I have to do to get into Cap's way because I feel as though I'm better than what they do. Okay? And Spirit's telling you, don't you worry, Cap. Don't you worry. I'm going to put this down here. Don't you worry. Transition and jump into your new life. Have that energy of realizing, give it all to the divine. Do not hold back and know that your life will now be one without constant strife. Okay? Spirit's got plans for you. Right? You turn your Nine of Swords. They had you at one point initially when this all started, you wondered if you were cursed. But Spirit said, no, you're not cursed. You see this over here? One white bird. That's Spirit, right? Holding back and shielding. I don't know if you can see the light. Shielding, okay? All of the dark energies from being able to touch you. And Spirit said, continue to work on yourself so that you can be refined. And when that happens, darling, I'll make all your wishes come true. Okay? Right? So all of these people were planning and plotting, right? And trying to have you all up in your head. Now, Spirit says you've done the work and you're going to have a global imprint and an expanse instead. Your ships are going to be coming in one by one. All 7 of them for all the work. You've been working on 7 or more projects. You have 7 pentacles out here. I've seen others yet. But you have 7 areas of your life, 7 things, 7 giftings that are about to come in for you from the divine. From the divine. Okay? And look at that. It's coming in. 8 of Wands. Swiftly. With this is not Federal Express. This is Divine Express. This is Divine Express. Coming in quick, coming in hot. All right? And you're going to get it quickly too. Right? Look at all the swords. They want 8 of Swords, mental imprisonment for you. But now, see, you had to make a lot of decisions. They had you in the 2 of Swords in the past, and then and upped it to an 8 of Swords. You had 10 swords. Okay? But that's the beautiful part. That was the end of it. right? Once they had all those swords, there was nothing else left to do. You had to go within, okay? And tap in to the divine within you. All right now, okay? As a result now, you now get to bask. Once you tap into the divine within you and you started doing that work, what did I say? The 7 pentacles will turn into 9, right? And what happens now? You're being gifted with independent wealth, all from the divine. It's an ace. Okay, so it's a gift, right? An ace of swords. For all them swords that they gave you, the divine gave you an ace of swords. Absolute mental clarity, breakthrough upon breakthrough upon breakthrough. You listen. You must have been wondering, what am I having? A Rain Man? You ever seen that movie Rain Man? One of those Rain Man moments where things is coming to bam, 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 right? And for the 2 of Wands, this is for the listen. They left you out. They left you out historically. They left you out in the cold. People began to believe that there was something wrong with you. That people began to believe that you were accursed. Okay? But what they didn't know, the divine put you out there so that you could find and tap in to the key. You had to tap into the key. There was a key out there, right? The key was you. You were the key all along. You were the key to your divinity. You had to go within to see the divine within you, right? And that's what Spirit really all along wanted you to do, okay? So now let's get a message from Spirit for Cap. Let's get a message from Spirit for Cap. This is from the Energy and Spirit Oracle, okay? And Cap, thank you for joining me. I know it's been a rough ride, darling. I've been right along with you. Let me tell you. Woo! And it fell on the Star and the 8 of Cups. You have past life guides. Look at that, people. Past life guides that have been leading you. What do I say? Okay? Past life guides. They've been leading you step by step. Okay? And these are your guides because these were people from your karmic lessons in the past and that now they're offering you present assistance. So what you had to do was a big part of that was transition from any and all things. Release. I think this is one, release, right? This is one of the biggest lessons you had to learn. To release attachments. Okay? From the Akashic records. Akashic told you, release attachments. Once you did that, you called in big things, big guides. You might have noticed somewhere along your spiritual journey that your guides changed. Because once you started cutting off any and all that no longer serve you, you gave them the X-nay and the deuces, that was all you needed to do. Because at that point, the divine knew that you were serious about where you had to go in your spiritual journey too. Let's get some energies here on the table for Capricorn in this energy of November and the significance, the spiritual significance of November as it relates to their work. Now, you have 2 things that fell on here, and I'm looking at the numbers. Listen, there are lots of interesting numbers. Look at that, Earth Magic, and it fell on the 9 of Pentacles, and in between the 9 of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands. Okay, so it fell, the one now, Earth Magic, fell on the 9 of Pentacles. Darling, every step you take, it's gonna be like, you're walking on the yellow brick road. People are, listen, you're going to be associated with a golden halo, with a golden light. Everything you touch will turn into gold. Being around you will be an absolute delight. I'm telling you, you're going to see. And, you're going to be associated. Oh, I'm hearing Sarah McLachlan's song. 'Cause I'm walking a mystery, holding on. You're going to be like a walking mystery. Like someone associated as being a modern day saint. Now, the Rose's Kiss, number 9, fell on the 2 of Wands. Make your plans, right? And go through, again, that portal. You have here, twice now, you have Justice that came out. So there is an 11, and there's 11 portal around the corner too. You have Nine of Cups, Nine of Swords, and that 9 energy. Let's see the other numbers here. You have an Eight of Wands, right? 17 for the star, reduced to 8. You may be seeing 8899. You're actually 999 because you have a Nine of Pentacles here as well. So, my dears, your life is set on the energy of being absolutely swell. Absolutely swell. There are beautiful things that are absolutely ahead for you at this particular time. Now they're telling me to get you an angel number. Okay. Let's get an angel number for Capricorn. Okay. It is 101. And it is starting over. And the 1 it reduces again to an 11. See, the 0 is unlimited. Okay, unlimited, limitless, right? But the 1, oh my goodness, happiness is linked to self-expression, growth, and experience. Learning from failure is the key. Happiness is real, possible, and around. Understanding its process and the pursuit of it. Joy is fluid. It's in the little things and the big ones. Fails are fun. Start fresh. I'm telling you, you're hitting the reset button. It's going to be like a brand new day, new way, new energy for you. And it is because 12-12, you've been persistent with what you had to do. You never gave up. And that's what, Saturn, the energy loves about you. You've never given up on yourself. Even when the whole world may have literally left you by yourself and you went into that hermit mode and listen, you went within. And it's almost like like the movie The Golden Child. I don't know if anybody ever watched a movie with Golden Child with Eddie Murphy back in the day. But it's that energy that glowed from within, or even Avatar, when you go within and all of a sudden you're allowed to, you see just how beautiful your energy really is from an etheric standpoint as well. You know, number one, that you're never alone. You know that you always have guides and angels, ancestors working with you. You understand that you are part of the divine plan and the divine matrix too. So it is a beautiful energy that brings you peace. Look at that. The dolphin energy is right here. Y'all know how much I love dolphins. Okay, so it says here, the gentle nature of the dolphin reminds you to look for the good in everyone and strive to bring peace to your life and those around you. Trust your instincts and intuition rather than overthinking things. And this is what the last 15 years has taught you, right? Now that you have known what it's like to be from the bottom to the top, and vice versa as well, okay? You have now been gifted with a unique opportunity to be a peacemaker and to do things well, okay? So you have really gone the gamut and have spinned the block, right? Essentially. Spirit wants you to know though, that the energy around you is so palpable. Spirit is so proud of you. I am so proud of you because, you've got like the mind of a champion. These are my old, listen, these cards are so old. They're like 4 or 5 years old by now. But they're good cards. And I love them because, and I went back to them. I haven't used them in a long time, right? Let's conclude with an affirmation for Capricorns who have about to enter into their winning season, okay? Capricorn, you're gonna feel like, better than the lottery, because the lottery is cursed. You're gonna feel as though you got your cosmic, and know that you got your cosmic inheritance as well. Okay? Right? Says here, okay, I focus on action to create the life I want. Focus on the process. Your life has been the process. So you're about to be rewarded amply for that as well. And I am capable of moving beyond my mistakes. It's always been about self-forgiveness. This is a big part of your learning process, wasn't it? I know it was for me. I know it was for me. Going in and realizing that every relationship, every lesson was a blessing. I had to remind myself, as I'm sure you did too, this is all a part of the character building that will make me a better human being and a better citizen of Earth too. And with that, Capricorn, I thank you. I love you. I send you all the best. And congrats to you for passing the ultimate test. All the best.